Get your rock.
I'll never forget her scream. It was really chilling, and I ran to her, and she couldn't really get up, but she was trying. Before the accident, Scout was the most energetic, athletic dog. She lived to run, would chase squirrels for hours, run for miles, never get tired. That's what she was doing the day the accident happened. We were in High Park, and she got running with some other dogs, and they were going really fast, and one of them changed direction abruptly and ran into her, and a tree was right there, and it drove her into the tree. It was a real freak accident. She had lost the ability to get up on her back legs, and they said, something is wrong. You need to see a neurologist. So they did a spinal x-ray, which showed a fracture. And by the next morning, she had lost the ability to move at all in her hind end. And that surgery was going to be necessary. They needed to know right away. They said, you know, we don't have a lot of time. And they needed to know how I was going to pay for it. They said it was going to be somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 all told. And I have pet insurance, but you don't know when you consent to the surgery if they're going to cover it. Was the surgery going to be successful? Maybe, probably, but you don't know. But I never was able to kind of work through the problems because I just felt overwhelmingly that the right thing to do was do the surgery and deal with whatever came. The day that I brought her home, she was just like a limp little pile of puppy. Her back legs wouldn't move. They just dragged on the ground. Her tail was limp. Her whole back end didn't move, and she had to be carried in a sling. She really needed help to do everything for the first 2 or 3 weeks. She needed help to go to the bathroom. It was very sad to see her so helpless when she had been such an athletic, energetic dog before. Overnight life was really turned upside down. Everything had to revolve around her because she was completely helpless. She couldn't really be left alone. We started rehab a couple of weeks after the accident. In the early days, it was really just about getting her up on all fours, standing, getting her feet positioned right because her back feet would knuckle over on themselves. They started treadmill work really fast, and it was really important because she needed to start showing improvement pretty quickly. They say that dogs that don't show any improvement in the first 3 months have very little chance of walking again.
Come on, Scout, let's go.
Go, Scout, come on. Good girl.
Her therapist was fantastic. The therapist was determined and felt that she had a good prognosis if we worked hard at it.
That's amazing, Jenna. Oh my God, it looks
Right there.
It was like watching a professional athlete at training camp. She had obstacle courses and cavalettis to run, and she was on balance balls all the time, trying to relearn how to shift her back end and build strength, and teaching her how to move again.
Good girl.
In the summer, we started going down to the beach because Jenna, her therapist, said it would be really good for her to walk in water. And she got into it and got better at swimming very, very fast. And it was starting to help the rest of her therapy come along faster. The other thing that was great about swimming is that she just gets so much joy from it that it allowed her to do something really active and have a lot of fun. And she could do it. You know, she couldn't run, but she could swim.
Yeah, she wants to swim.
Her therapist just recently moved to a new clinic where we can do hydrotherapy, running on a treadmill in a water tank, which is going to help her running form a lot. And she's going to start doing acupuncture, which hopefully will help stimulate the nerves that were damaged.
So good.
She's come a long way. She can walk pretty normally. She has a funny little limp. She'll probably never run again like a normal dog. When she tries to run now, her back end just bounces all over the place, and she kind of looks like she's hopping instead of running. But I think, you know, we can get her further along than she is. I feel a tremendous amount of gratitude for her therapist. I realized how fortunate we were to have insurance. They're covering 90% of Scout's medical bills. But as traumatic as the accident was, and as much upheaval as it caused in life, I didn't have it in me to make a different decision. I mean, Scout's my family, and I love her, and I can't imagine my life without her. I really just want her to be a happy dog. She was so energetic before and athletic and just loved running and being outdoors. And I just want her to have that life back as much as she can. All right, is your Hollywood time over now?